Hi, Cancer. Welcome. My name is Jennifer Fawn. I do weekly tarot readings. I channel the messages. I hear, see, feel, know things. I don't use the traditional meaning of the tarot, so I do not show the cards. The deck that I use is Sexual Magic. Do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe. If this reading resonates with you, please let me know down in the comments below. I'm curious to see what's going on with you guys because I just did the Gemini reading and oh my goodness, like I am flush. I feel all kinds of feelings. That was a really hard reading for me to get through. It's like I just felt like I just wanted it to be over and done. And curious to see how that's moving into Cancer. So I'm gonna do 3 more shuffles for you guys and then we're gonna start Cancer. What's going on for Cancer this week? 2. Cancer. 1. I'm just frustrated. Are you guys frustrated about something? How? Oh man, okay. Cancer, have some patience. Are you frustrated? You could be frustrated, you know, sexually. You could be frustrated about life, a situation, a person, not a Persian. We're not cats. Yeah, you'll know. Somebody's frustrated about something. Something wants to give up on something. Something wants somebody, something. You'll know how it applies. Needs to be left behind. There's an immature energy here. You could just be dealing with somebody who's younger than you, or you could be the young person in the energy that I'm picking up in a situation, or you could just be acting out in a very immature type energy or like a younger self energy, or maybe you're realizing how you've acted in the past immature. Maybe you're just being a little more wise now, a little more understanding. But I'm definitely feeling like the universe is testing you to have patience, that there needs to be a balance between things, to take things slow, almost like, you know, a slow pour. You know, sometimes when you pour something into a glass and you tip it up a little too quickly and it spills out everywhere instead of into the glass, it's like slow and steady. I'm getting you need to pace yourself. And your energy. And it's very much this feeling of like I think I might have said this last week, of feeling like you need to catch up. There's like this fire and this passion in your heart, but there's also this energy of feeling like you need to make up for lost time, or you need to catch up. And it's the universe is going, if you don't learn to do this on your own and balance this, I feel like this is a cycle. The universe is going to throw a wrench in your plans because you're still not getting it. Like, that's great. You're supposed to be driven. You're supposed to be passionate, but you need to have balance or you're going to burn at both ends and you're going to be right back where you started. Okay? If you're a person who, you know, it moves too quickly or rushes things, you know, you miss the little details, and maybe you need to, how to explain this? I keep hearing, get a smaller cup, get a smaller cup. I don't know what that means for you, but it's like if you're a person who rushes to fill up your cup, and whatever the cup represents for you, it could be love, it could be relationships, it could be money, it could be, you'll know how it applies for you, but I keep hearing like, get a smaller cup then, because there's something here that like the universe wants you to know as far as like balancing or overindulging or like just doing too much of something that gets you in trouble. But it's very much linked to something that you need to surrender or let go of, because the desire that you have is very much to rebuild something, to start over, to create something new. It's something you're passionate about. I am feeling like it's in the beginning stages. It's almost like a flirting type of energy, like it's still new, you're not 100% sure. Now I'm feeling very like I can't talk, like I'm anxious, I can't breathe. That could just be me picking up on the energy of you rushing. I need a drink, excuse me. My goodness. Like, yeah, the energy I'm feeling right now is very much like I'm rushing, like I need to slow down. Like I need to breathe. I need to relax. I need to go with the flow. I need to stop trying to control things. Maybe you don't even realize that you're very controlling, or you try to control situations, people, outcomes, and you just really need to surrender. Your boss mentality is what I'm getting, like, because none of us are ever really in control, right? Like I'm not in control right now, and I'm freaking out because I feel very uncomfortable. I feel very anxious. I feel like I can't breathe. I have this energy rushing through me, like my face. I'm hot. I'm uncomfortable. But I can't control that, right? Because this is how I get messages. And it serves me. And I need to just accept that. So maybe there's something about acceptance here. Slow down. Accept where you are. Be thankful, grateful for where you are. Because where you are right now, you are supported. It is divine. This is not of your doing. As much as you may feel like you've made a lot of bad mistakes and choices and you put yourself in this position, I'm very clearly getting the message. Whatever this situation is, breathe. The universe has put you here on purpose. It is for your highest good. It is to teach you a lot. It is to get you to master something about yourself. And I'm feeling it's something about yourself that you haven't been getting the lesson. You've been just missing the mark. And the universe is really trying to get you. And maybe the whole thing about it is you are in your own way because you have this feeling of not being good enough or not being seen. And maybe it's your attachment to being seen that you need to let go of, because like as long as you're happy and satisfied within yourself, if you never had another person say to you, good job, you're doing great, I see you, I acknowledge you, like maybe you need to ask yourself why you need to hear that, or why you need that to be seen, to be, it feels like seen, and like you need to hear verbal, like good job. It's that's a very immature energy I was feeling. It's like a child who has wrote the alphabet 15 times, but they still want to hear like you did a great job. It's like you want to hear you're doing a great job about something you already know you're doing a great job, and it's like the main issue is like, why do you need to be told that all the time? Like, why do you need to be reminded all the time? I'm guilty of this with like love. Like if I know you love me and you said it to me a million times, like I still need to hear it. But like, why do I still need to hear it all the time? If I know it, why? It's some childhood issue in me that just, I need words of affirmation. And, maybe that's your thing too, like words of affirmation make you feel good and supported and this and that. And maybe the universe is trying to show you that you're not always going to have that, and you need to remind yourself of those things. You need to balance yourself sometimes and just tell yourself like, you're doing a great job. I'm proud of you. Look how far you've come. Look how much you've grown. You need to coach yourself. You need to be your own hero. You need to talk to yourself kindly. You need to be there for yourself. Things like that, so that you can be there for other people, because if you can't be there for yourself, you can't be there for anybody. And maybe that's what it's about. It's maybe there's some childhood wound here that you're not over yet that has to do with your childhood. Maybe you keep reflecting back in your childhood, or maybe you feel like there isn't one and you're fine and you're healed from that, but there really is something still there underlying here that needs to be resolved. Like, there's like this energy of just like something or someone else ruined you, or you're like this because of someone or something else. And it's like you're trying to prove yourself is almost how I'm getting. Like you're trying to prove yourself all the time. And it's like, enough of that. Like the only person you need to prove yourself to is yourself. And every day you get up, you just need to be better than the person you were the day before. And that should be good enough. And as long as you can be there for yourself, you'll always be supported by the universe. It's when we start looking outside of ourselves for things that we need, when it's like the universe is like, here's a wrench. What's going on? Figure it out. Stop just being controlling, acting out, looking outward. It's within you. Whatever this is within you. But I'm very much feeling like you're in the beginning phases of something amazing. Okay? There's definitely a powerful energy here. The universe is definitely showing up in this reading of supporting you, being there for you, lightening the load I'm getting. Now, either they're helping lighten the load or they're telling you that you need to lighten the load, because it's very much this slow down energy, because I feel so anxious. Like I drank 5 energy drinks and I'm regretting it now. You know, it's like I went in, I like overindulged. I went in too fast, too much. And now, you know, if anybody's ever done this, I've done this before. Like when you drink an energy drink too quick or something, and then all of a sudden you like regret it and you're literally just waiting at the mercy of the energy drink to wear off of you. It's almost that feeling of like, oh my God, when's it over? I really messed up. Let me see what's going on over here. Yeah, yeah, interesting. In the place of fears, you literally got a card that represents fear. So there isn't a clearer way for me to get the message of all the, you know, the anxiety makes sense. It could be your fears are causing you to be dissatisfied with life right now. Your fears could be driving that controlling, overindulgent, taking on more than you can, doing more than you can. It all has to do, it's all surrounding issues that have to do with like the material world, like what you can hold in your hand, stuff that you can see, physically see with your eyes. It's very much like things you can buy, money. You have a lot of fear issues with money. Here it is. You have a lot of fear issues based around money. And now maybe you need to reflect back on times in your life when money has been an issue for you. Are you a person who's scared with money to the point of where you hold on to it? Because if you can't give it out freely where it needs to go and the purpose of where it needs to go, if you can't feed the people that help you reach your goals, you are never going to be successful. If you are always holding on to it, trust me, it's good to save money. Save your money. I'm not saying don't do that. But if you're saving it because you're scared of not having it or not having enough, you're coming from the wrong place, and that's just going to create more situations that are going to just keep making you relive that cycle of not having enough to go around, or it's never enough for this, or not being able to take care of yourself. There's very much this feeling of not being able to take care of myself because I don't have enough, or a fear of like you're not going to have enough to take care of yourself. It's something like that. How can you take care of other people if you are so scared that you're not going to have enough for yourself? When you hand money out, you need to just say thank you to the universe and to yourself and to the people you give it to every single time, because it's in your hand, you're handing it over, and the universe has provided for you to take care of whatever that is for you. And when you get in an energy of that, there will be more of that. And when you release the attachment to it and the fear of not having it, which prevents you from giving freely, knowing you are supported and seen and taken care of by the universe, you're creating a really bad cycle for yourself that I feel like you're aware of, but you need to break out of it. And that's by giving. You know, if you can't give without fear, you can't receive without fear, okay? And when you do receive, you receive with fear, and it's just a cycle. I hope that makes sense to you. Yeah, there's like, you know, to you, having money is very important. Maybe you're just really focused on having money. Maybe you're just at a point now where you're just like, you can see the balancing, or like this is finally it, or I finally figured it out. I started this new thing. It's all here. But maybe there's still this fear that's still there that's creeping up on you. You know, that lack mentality. But in order to receive, you need to give. It's a flow of that. And when you find what you're passionate about and it excites you and it drives you every day, which it feels like here, there's a lot of energy here. It's a lot of fire energy. Like I'm overheating doing this, okay? My hands are actually freezing. The core of my body is just like hot. So it's definitely something you're passionate about, but there's some caution here. As exciting as it is, and you may have figured it out, there's this caution of like rushing towards it, doing too much, taking on too much at a time. And you may have done this in the past and it burnt you out at both ends. And then you had a moment where it all fell apart and collapsed and you're like, how did I get here? The universe is showing up for you today to say, don't create out of fear. You don't have to rush. You don't have to take on more than you need to. You don't have to burn out at both ends, because that is all coming from a place of fear, a place of lack, a place of not being supported, a place of not being seen, a place of having to prove yourself, all of these things. And you don't need to do that. And you have done that already, remember? And we're not going to do that again. So you need to have faith. You need to take it slow. You need to get a smaller cup, take on less, and create in a new way, and let the universe go with the flow. Maybe you need to turn down things. Maybe you're getting a rush of offers and this and that, and the universe is trying to tell you, like, have you done this before? Taken on more than you can handle, and it's literally showing all up in front of you and saying, you need to say no to this and this. You need to pick and turn down the others. People do that every day. People don't say yes to everything that comes their way. Sometimes they have enough to fill their cup and they say no and let that offer an opportunity to go fill somebody else's cup, because you can't have everything in your cup. There's more than enough to go around, and maybe that's your way of blessing somebody else, is by turning down an offer and giving, because you lost that detachment. You detach yourself from that feeling of fear of like, you need to do this all, it's all showing up for you. Sometimes we need to say no to things, and those things are coming from a place of gratitude and faith and knowing that you're going to bless somebody else by filling their cup, and the universe is going to support you by bringing you more. You know, you need to know your limits. You need to know what you can take on. And maybe you have a limit issue here of like, you've always done too much. You've always overindulged. You know what I'm saying, Cancer. You know exactly what I'm saying. There's very much, the universe is just saying, hello, dear. Did you learn your lesson? Are you going to do it different this time? You need to learn to say no. You need to know when you've had enough. You don't need to create situations where you are saying yes to too much and creating too much for yourself that causes you anxiety and stress and could trigger a start of an old cycle. Cancer, I hope that makes sense for you. If it does, please leave me feedback in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel so that I can see all your lovely faces next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.